Hi guys, welcome to the Quarry Park Open flyover. I'm Stan Valentine and I'll be running you through the Saturday layout. It's a tournament directed by Paul Donnelly and Dom Hudson with some behind the scenes work done by the Quarry Park Disc Golf Club. The preview was filmed and edited by Bubba from Ace Disc Golf. And now let's get into it. So here's your opening hole. It's a par 4 with OB running all along the stream line as you see up from your right along from the pond onwards. It's 430 feet. Your landing area is just out past these two trees on your right. It gives you a nice view into the bottleneck green. There's also an OB stream running all the way down the left and an OB road long, which makes the approach plenty to think about for your first hole around. Hole 2 demands a straight 100-metre, probably fairway driver to distance driver, depending on your arm. There's a OB car park to the left, as you see out there. That'll be marked up for the tournament. You kind of want to carry something out into the space on the right and have it crash in, but you're always kind of running the roulette wheel a little bit with these 3 guardian bushes and 2 guardian trees near the green. You'll also see Derek Robbins' statue out there on the left. So we've come to hole 3. This should be a lefty stream. However, you do have OB running the whole way along the left and long of the basket. We'll have the same OB line of the fence carrying on past the fence, which is something we've done new this year. It demands, again, a 100-metre straight shot, but ideally something overstable that breaks off to the right. It's really tough to get the distance and carry it under the ceiling here. So, hole 4, we've got a bit of a righties dream in contrast. It's a big overstable right-hand backhand here, or if you're feeling confident, a straight putter or mid-range shot. You've got OB all down the left, however it is casual relief from the stream you see running at the bottom of the screen now. And the OB tucks in just left of the basket, and you can see there you've got about 15 feet to work with. So be careful crashing in any big wide hyzers. It's not as easy as it looks. Hole 5, you've got a lovely par 4 here. It rewards distance, it also rewards strategy. You've got what essentially plays as a gigantic island green. Anything short of the stream is OB, anything left of the fence you see is OB. This is kind of where you want to land your drive, just past that purple bush on the left. And it leaves you a very touchy shot into the green. You really have to match the angle here, otherwise you'll get a roll away, and there is obviously an OB river to worry about as well. So hole 6, we'll be playing from the shorter red tee to keep pace of play. But you've got plenty to worry about. You've got really, really thick bushes just to the right of the green within circle 1. You've also obviously got the Avon. We've all been there before. This tree on the left also stops you from hanging out anything too wide, too far. So whilst it is a must-get birdie, it's not as easy as it looks. Hole 7, it demands an S-curve shot, whether that's a overstable backhand for the righty or a flex forehand for the lefty. You've got really daunting OB on the right, equally daunting thick trees on the left. If you can't get something out into that airspace, you're going to really struggle to make your 3. Even if you do pull off the perfect shape, you're still going to have a testing uphill putt to try and get your birdie. So, hole 8, an absolute classic river ride. It's just a putter, so you think. Really, really thick trees down the right, and pretty thick down the left as well. Derek Robbins is probably going to take a shot on you here. A birdie on here feels great. Throw it straight, throw it the right distance, you've got a birdie. Surely it's that simple. Hole 9, it sets you up for a really tricky technical backhand. You want to go for a stable to overstable fairway driver that's pushing when it's fading. If you can get through this gap, you're pretty happy, but that doesn't mean you've got through all the danger. All of this thick trees on the left and the right don't stop the whole way down to the basket. You'll take a circle 2 look, and anything inside circle 1 needs to get some ground play. This is a really good 3 to make. Hole 10, it's a real scoring separator. If you can find any way of getting through this first gap, you've got a good chance of making the 3. Otherwise, you've got really thick trees left and right. That's what the QP woods are about. There's a late Mando just to the right of these bushes you can see now. But if you do find this landing zone, you've got a touchy shot up to this obstructed green. Any putt inside circle 1 can have a tree in the way you just don't know. If you've played Quarry Park before, you'll know hole 11 is really, really tough. You've got water on the left. Hopefully you get saved by the net if you go anywhere near that. You've got a really low ceiling to deal with, and also the shot is deceptively straight. Even though the fairway breaks left, you need to either flip something up to get through this late gap or flex something over and try and get through this tiny little tunnel. From there, you've got quite a lot of dry pans. You could get a skip. Again, this is a great 3 if you can make it. Hole 12 plays to a uphill basket up on the right, and so is a bit longer than the yardage on the caddy book. You've got OB running the whole way along the left up the hill. Any drive finishing around the wooden pallets is pretty good. You've got a bit of decision making to make on your putts. Either lay up, take your 3, run it, maybe get the 2, but we all know you can definitely get a roll away on this green. Hole 13 is going to test just about every part of your game. You've got a low ceiling, OB up on the left. It's a really, really tight technical gap to hit. It requires a stable to overstable backhand that's carrying enough to get up around the basket. Anything breaking up to the hill early will probably roll, and anything early right goes into thick trees. From there, if you throw the perfect shot, you might have a good look at the 2. Otherwise, you're taking a 3. Hole 14 is the only clear roller hole at Quarry Park. This is not only because it suits the eye for a right-hand roller, but there's also OB everywhere. You've got OB protecting the tee up on the right, past the bushes on the right. You've also got an OB fence line following the fairway the whole way up, and an OB fence long as well. Any tee shot that gets within circle 2 is a big sigh of relief, and anyone taking a 2 is getting a stroke on the field. Hole 15 is a relatively wide open but low ceiling tee shot. It plays about 95 metres due to being slightly downhill. Anything hanging out to the right, breaking to the left is perfect for this hole. Whilst it looks pretty unassuming, once you get up by the green, you can see that it breaks away with a hill going over the back. Anything that isn't absolutely pinned here makes for an absolute knee knocker of a putt. Good luck making the 2. Hole 16 has 2 main routes for the right-hander. Either a high stalling distance driver backhand going over the OB pen on the right, denoted by the fence, or you can go for a straight mid-range or fairway driver that's kind of flipping up and pushing through the centre of the gap. There is an OB fence quite far out to the left, but that shouldn't come into play. And there's a very testing green, aptly named the Nipple. Any putt not inside circle 1 is probably a layup unless you're chasing. Hole 17 is a birdie that only the best in the field are going to get. It plays every bit of the distance that it says on the caddy book, and that much more. It's a really, really tight technical shot. Anything you can throw as far as you can that flips up and holds through this gap is going to serve you best. There's no OB over the back this year because we've got camping in the main field, so you at least don't have to worry about that. That doesn't make this hole much easier though. We've We've really tried to make the 18th hole exciting this year, and so we've put in some OB just past the fir tree out on the right, coming across on a diagonal all the way down towards the green, and it runs about 40 foot long. This is to make it that much trickier coming down the stretch. It's a big, wide open backhand hyzer, but any shot that isn't absolutely pinned has got a good chance of rolling, and from there, you've got a tricky decision of whether you lay up or not.
Living in a